All right, so today we're going to work on mobility. So let's do the 90-90. So we're going to get into this 90-90 position here where we have 90 degrees here and 90 degrees back on this back leg. So we're going to check to make sure that we're in proper position by first, that front knee should be center of our chest. So we don't want to be turned this way. We don't want to be turned this way. Right in the center, okay? And then this knee over here, we want to make sure that it's lined up with that hip and that shoulder. So if we put our arm out like this, that should all line up. So if we were to put this arm out straight, this arm out to the side, there should be 90 degrees here. So this is how we know we're in the right position. You may or may not be able to hold yourself up. That's okay. If you can't, just use your hand to prop yourself up. Okay. So we're going to keep a tall spine. Okay. Lining up our chest. And what we're going to do is we're going to think driving the knee and the ankle into the floor as hard as we can, right? So if we relax, most of us will have some kind of distance between our knee and the floor here. And so what we're doing is we're pushing down. We're trying to activate those hip muscles. And so we're going to push down. And as we're pushing down, we're going to lean forward, right? And if you have trouble leaning forward, that's okay. Just go as far as you can comfortably, right? And we're going to push into the floor as hard as we can, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to come back up, okay? Relax a second, and then we're going to do that again. So we're coming forward. We're driving down that knee and the ankle into the floor as hard as we can. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to come back up, and we're going to do that again. So if you need to rest in between the reps, that's okay, but ideally we want to get to where we can do them consecutively. So again, we're going to drive down and push into the floor as hard as we can. You might start shaking, you might feel tension through your glute, your hamstring, your back, that's all okay. So we're trying to drive and create tension in those hip muscles and those glute muscles and back muscles, and so we're driving down as hard as we can, and we're holding, and then we're coming back up. Okay, the tension is important. So in order for this to work, we have to create that tension and drive down. If we're just passively going through it, we're not going to get the benefit of it. So creating that tension is important. So after you do one side, you're going to switch and do the other side. So we turn, and same thing here. Okay, so we're going to check to make sure, center of our chest, lined up, tall spine. Okay, we're going to drive into the floor. Okay, again, maybe relax, you have some distance here. What most people notice is that one side is maybe tighter than the other. That's okay. You might feel some pinching in your hip here. That's okay too. If that happens, just move your leg in front of you, wait till it subsides, and try to get back in it. But that pinching, that pulling in that hip socket is typically a sign that you have some tight muscles there that shouldn't be taking over. So we're trying to turn that off and fix that. So checking, make sure our position is good. So we're going to drive down, we're pushing into the floor, and then we're coming forward and we're driving into the floor as hard as we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back up. Okay, take a second. Again, we're checking. You can keep your arm out here like this if that's a little bit more comfortable. Down, driving to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. Okay, take a second. Make sure you're in position. And again, forward, drive down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. Okay, if you're doing this right, you should feel like you're exerting yourself, like you did a little bit of a workout, right? You should maybe shake a little bit or sweat a little bit. That's not the goal, but whenever you're creating that tension, your central nervous system is really trying to activate. So whenever you're doing this, if you feel like it's too easy or you're kind of passively going through it, it's not going to be as effective. So really make sure that when you're going through this motion that you're really creating that tension, you're counting and you're not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That you're really taking the time to go through each motion and movement to get the most out of it.